Hey, Verl Workman here, and today we are talking teams. That's right, it's Big V, and I'm coming all the way from Salt Lake City just to share with you my secrets. I call them my 3 T's, my trade secrets, my tools, my training, and my trade secrets of high-performing teams. Today I want to talk about why teams fail and what are the dysfunctions of a team. One of my favorite authors, and a book you should all get, is written by Patrick Lencioni. And he wrote a book called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. And in this team, he talks about a parable about a company who's gone through hiring some new leadership, and a new leader comes in and it identifies where there's dysfunction. The author takes you on a journey on how to eliminate that dysfunction in your own teams. So let me first share with you the 5 dysfunctions of a team. And today I'm going to specifically talk about one of those dysfunctions. So here they are. The first one is absence of trust. I don't trust the system. I don't trust the team leader. I don't trust the team member. I don't trust the client. You can see that absence of trust at every level can affect your team. The second one is fear of conflict. Fear of conflict. Oh, wait a minute. Conflict is good? Wait a minute. If you're afraid of conflict, it means you don't want it. I don't encourage unhealthy conflict, but if you focus on this Verlism, we don't have people problems, we have process problems. And when you attack process instead of people, you'll find that conflict is great because you're always trying to get better at the process or the system. So fear of conflict is a problem a lot of team leaders exhibit. The next one is lack of commitment. Lack of commitment to the team. Lack of commitment to the team leader, lack of commitment to the client or the consumer, lack of commitment to your community, and the most important one is lack of commitment to your family. I love studying each of these 5 dysfunctions. Number 4 is avoidance of accountability. Who do you think that appeals to? Or who do you think that applies to? Avoidance of accountability. Is it the team leader not wanting to hold team members accountable? Is it team members saying, I'm an independent contractor, you can't make me do it? Avoidance of accountability comes at every level on the team. And in another video, I'm going to talk about the entire video. And number 5 is inattention to results, and that's not tracking the right thing. The very first one is absence of trust. Absence of trust happens when there's poor communication between everybody on the team. I think most people get up. Here's what I believe. I believe that most people have integrity, and most people get up every day and they want to succeed. They come to work feeling like, I want to be successful today. I want to have wins. I want to do the right thing. And so when we have poor communication or we have an absence of trust, it's usually because somebody doesn't clearly understand their roles, clearly understand their goals, or what's expected of them. Absence of trust, I would say, almost always happens because of misunderstandings, not because of intention. Most people genuinely are trustworthy. And if you start with the premise that people want to be trusted and they're trustworthy, then you'll give them some latitude because you know they're wanting to do the right thing. In a coach training recently, we did an exercise. And during this exercise, I want to describe it to you, is we got a kit of Legos. And it was a little Lego kit that had 3 choices. So using all these Legos in the box, you could build a car, you could build a plane, or you could build a truck. And the instructions would describe which one of the 3 things you were going to build. As part of this exercise, I asked 2 people to sit back to back. One had all the pieces and one had the instructions. The one with the instructions could clearly see what they wanted to be done. Step 1, step 2, step 3. But they had to describe to the person that had all the Legos, pick the piece that looks like an L shape that's gray that goes like this. And we gave them a certain amount of time to be able to figure it out. Sitting back to back, you could watch the communication and the frustration that happened between the people doing the exercise. After we get a certain amount of time, we said, all right, everybody pause. Now I want you to go face to face where you can look at each other and see the body language and see if that changes the outcome. Now I've got the person giving instructions. They pick this one up, they go, yep, not that one. Okay, this one, yep, that's it. Now put it here. And they started sharing with each other what the vision was, showing this is what we're going to build. This is the piece I want you to get. And they started building it together. It was fascinating to see how something as simple as changing the way we communicated changed the outcome of the project. And I want you to think about that. It's not that somebody in the relationship didn't want to do it right. It's that we weren't communicating effectively. We hadn't clearly shared our vision and our goals. And the result of that was a lack of trust. I didn't trust the person to do it right because they couldn't see what I was seeing. I didn't trust the person to right because they couldn't articulate what it is they actually wanted. Can you see how the absence of trust is really the lack of effective communication? That simple dysfunction in the 5 dysfunctions of a team is so important. Trust is one of the critical issues. Have you ever seen the example where somebody tells someone a story and then they go through the story chain and by the end of the story, they have the last person repeat it out loud? Is it because that somebody in that process was untrustworthy? because the story comes out completely different. And so being an ineffective leader, I would say, why would you lie to this group? That's not what I said. Rather than, what is it that happened in our communication process that changed the outcome? When you think about communication and trust in the same format, it changes the way that we talk to people. Here's what I'd like to give you all as a result for being here today on this video. How would you like the instructions on how to run your own Lego exercise? Download the Legos that it shows in the instructions and run this exercise. Run it in your family, run it at your office, and you're gonna find how different it is when you have effective communication and building trust on your team. I challenge you as a leader, as you build your team, to read The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team from Patrick Lencioni, to really understand the parable and how he works through eliminating each of those dysfunctions. Become self-aware of when you have dysfunction, and instead of saying it's somebody else's fault, as a leader, I want you to own it. When you have poor communication or you have absence of trust, whose fault is it? Mine. And if you own that as a leader, you're well on the road to eliminating the 5 dysfunctions and becoming an effective leader.